Hello everyone and welcome back to my election watch analysis video. Today I'll be covering a few some of the news that I'm just going to bring to you all about the 2024 series. So first off, thank you to everyone who watched the video. It really means a lot to me, and especially those who talked about in the comments. Just gonna put that out there. So I'm just gonna quickly explain a few calls. So a lot of them boil down to the fact that I'm trying to make this series interesting, not I'm trying to balance out accurate. So of course, I'm not gonna have any candidate win in a 50-state landslide. I'm also going to have it be fun. So there are a few calls that I kind of ignore more of for accuracy and instead went for bigger purposes in the timeline. So, for example, in the Florida Senate race, Rick Scott is definitely vulnerable in 2024. I don't necessarily think as of now that he's going to lose. And the reason why I made that call was just for a bigger purpose and to make the timeline more fun as a whole, because I have some plans for that Senate seat in the future. And basically, the main reason why Nikki Haley lost to Jon Ossoff was because of the fact that she was not as much of a populist as Donald Trump was, and then she actually beat a populist in the primaries. So if you watch the primary videos, you'll know that Ron DeSantis was her challenger, but he dropped out to avoid a brokered convention and for party unity. So that actually put off a few of the more populist voters from Nikki Haley, and that caused her to lose a few states. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, the next part of the series is that I will be continuing it, and I actually have some plans for this series up until the 2040s, 2050s, if I actually get that far, if it does well enough. So hopefully I can do that. But basically, the way I'm going to determine how well Jon Ossoff's first term will go is with this handy Wheel of Disaster here. So basically, I have a few options. So either if I spin it and it lands on uneventful, that means that Jon Ossoff will have an uneventful term. So, he'll be maybe moderately popular. There's a pandemic, recession, depression, which is worse than recession, a natural disaster, partisan gridlock, meaning that he can't get anything done, or war. And then after I spin this wheel, we'll go on to essentially the next part, which is here, which is how well he handles it. But I'll talk about that later. And I won't do that for uneventful, or maybe actually I will. We'll just see. But yeah, there's still like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... There's a 1 in 8 chance that I'll get on uneventful, so we'll cross that bridge if we have to. Anyway, here is the wheel, and it will land on a pandemic. Okay, that's interesting. So this means that the U.S. will face 2 pandemics. Oh, thank you. The U.S. will face 2 pandemics in, several years, so that's going to be pretty interesting. Now we'll see how well Jon Ossoff handles it. He can handle it very well. Just well, which means, compared to very well and just well, it means Jon Ossoff probably handles it. He gets essentially locks down the virus pretty soon, and not many cases or deaths. Well would be a lesser version of that. Okay, maybe just it lasts longer. Poor means probably more lockdowns. It lasts for a while, and very poorly is definitely pretty bad. So it will land on handled very poor. Oh, wow. This is going to be interesting. Well, yeah, there's a lot of confetti here, but that's not good for Jon Ossoff. So Jon Ossoff will handle a pandemic very poorly, and that's definitely going to hurt the Democrats. I guess this was going to happen pretty much during the midterms. Not that I'm deciding that now, but simply just so I can decide what the Senate composition looks like and the governors in the House. We'll just say this happens around the midterms, and that means his popularity will be very low, and he might be a one-term president. So, yeah, that means that you could potentially see a GOP president actually taking down Jon Ossoff. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Anyway, I won't give anything away. I'll start making this election night now. This will be releasing probably Wednesday, and then I'll start the election night pretty soon. So, yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you all next time.